What's up, Facebook Live? Doing this quick video. It's getting late, almost forgot to put out some content for the day, but I did have a thought after having a discussion with our team today. And what I came up with was the amount of people that you talk to and your ability to articulate your value as a real estate agent is in direct proportion to the amount of money that you are able to make in this industry. Let me say that again. The amount of people that you talk to, the number of contacts, the number of leads, the number of listing appointments, the number of open house attendees that you have, and your ability to clearly articulate your value as a real estate agent is in direct proportion to the amount of money that you will make in this industry. So why is it that so many agents spend such little time working on their mouthpiece? And their mouthpiece is what makes you money in this business. Your ability to clearly articulate your value and your thoughts and build rapport with a client is in direct proportion to the amount of money that you're going to be able to make. And real estate agents typically spend zero time working on their scripts, spend zero time working on their presentations, spend zero time sitting down and role playing as if they were a buyer, sitting down for a consultation and having somebody sign an exclusive buyer agreement or getting a listing contract signed or explaining different aspects of the real estate process. People spend almost zero time doing this. So what happens? Well, they get scared. They don't want to do the work, and what's going to happen next is they will not call expireds. They will not call for sale by owners. They get nervous at listing appointments because they're not rehearsed. They're not ready to go. They're not prepared, and they have to get lucky that there's not going to be another agent like myself who spent hours rehearsing scripts and dialogues and practicing clearly how to articulate my value as a real estate agent. Remember, guys, it is not the agent who has sold the most homes that wins listing presentations, although that does help. It's the agent who can best and most clearly articulate their value as the real estate agent who has a heads up or a better shot at winning that listing presentation. When you can clearly articulate your value, you are also better able to build rapport with that client. And those two things right there are two very big advantages when you're going on a listing appointment, especially against somebody who maybe has sold a lot of homes, but hasn't really put a lot of time into practicing their scripts and dialogues because they don't have to, because they work a lot on referral and maybe don't have to present in as much of a competitive environment. This is what I practiced when I got into the business a lot, which was sitting down and pretending every single morning that is either a buyer or a seller or just script practicing and role playing. And I did it for years so that I was able to clearly articulate the value when I sat in front of a possible home seller or a buyer and be persuasive and get them to clearly see what my value was as an agent. It's really simple, guys, but people spend zero time. And your mouth, guys, your mouth is so important in being able to be persuasive and to being liked and to building that rapport. And so just because you're not going on listing appointments anymore, because maybe you're the team owner, well, guess what? You're also a full-time recruiter. And your ability to recruit and articulate your value as the team leader, as to what the team is going to provide if somebody were to join a team, is just as important as somebody going on a listing appointment. So it goes all the way up at each level. In fact, it gets more important to be even better at communication and being better at articulating your value and being better at being able to connect with people as you climb the ladder, as you get more listings, as you become a recruiter, and as you start doing bigger and bigger deals. So guys, work on your scripts, work on your dialogues, do a Facebook Live, put yourself in uncomfortable positions, be the person who volunteers to teach a class in front of a bunch of people, even though it scares the shit out of you. Remember, no one's going to remember in 30 years if you fuck up and you say something stupid during a listing presentation, or you're teaching a class and you forget what you were going to talk about. 30 years, no one's going to give a shit about it. But if you continue to practice and you continue to role play and you continue to go through the scripts and dialogues, it becomes a lot more natural, and you guys will be able to win more listing appointments over maybe some of those top agents who kind of roll in there like we're the big dogs, We don't give a shit. We have all these numbers that are going to push it in front of people and say, here, this is why you should sign with us, versus maybe the little smaller agent who comes in, able to clearly articulate everything they're going to do, is a great listener, asks great questions, builds great rapport, and then boom, big dog loses the deal because they were too arrogant. Little guy gets the deal and rises up the ranks. All right, you guys have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.